am thrilled about my next guest. Six, the musical, has been taking the West End by storm since it premiered at the Edinburgh Festival in 2017. It's the story of Henry VIII's six wives, remixed into a very 21st century celebration of girl power. The Evening Standard described it as the most uplifting piece of new British musical theatre. Joining me now, our show producer, Kenny Wax, and Millie O'Connell, who plays Anne Boleyn. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you both so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Millie, you are so good as Anne Boleyn. When they said, we want you, did you go, oh, this is good, but it might only be for a bit? And then here we are.
Yeah, I read some of the script when it first came through and I was like, wow, I like this.
Yeah.
A comedy, witty, and it was brilliant. And I read it and I thought, oh my gosh, this is a dream musical. All these commercial choreography and pop rock singing with a comedy and witty script put into one musical and then performed like a pop concert. It was a dream. I couldn't believe it.
It's like, honestly, like I've never seen anything like it. Kenny, did you feel like that? I mean, we should mention the writers, Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss. They wrote this at university.
I was really lucky. I'm friends with a guy called George Stiles, who's written the new songs for Mary Poppins, for instance. That was the Disney show. George's only ever been a composer, but he was mentoring Toby Marlowe. And George was asked to go and see the Edinburgh Fringe production when they brought it back to Cambridge, where they were still at university. He saw it one night. He texted me the next day. He said, you've got to go to Cambridge and see this. I said, when's it on? He said, 11 o'clock tonight.
And you were like, I'm going.
I was in Bristol anyway, went home, and my daughter said, oh, I'll come. So we went up together and we were just blown away. And this was the show that was done by the students at the time, that they'd kind of literally put on themselves, taken to a tiny Fringe venue.
I mean, are the writers, Toby and Lucy, do they keep pinching themselves? Do they go, God, we just had an idea and then this happened?
I think they really do. It's been such an absolute whirlwind. So, I mean, we've just announced the Sydney Opera House for January. The show is going back to Chicago for a sit-down production next summer. The UK tour opens in Guildford and plays every major city in the country. That opens in October. So suddenly there's going to be like 7 or 8 productions of 6 within a year.
Around the world.
Holy moly. For those who haven't seen it, and I really do suggest that everybody does, Kenny, can you encapsulate it? Because it is a rock concert, but with some history.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of call it a historical retelling, really, of the Six Wives of Henry VIII, but it's an opportunity for them to tell their sides of the story, whereas in the history books over the last 500 years, it's always been male historians, and this, Lucy, as a female writer, has given the female perspective, and Millie could probably give a little bit on the kind of Anne Boleyn bit of that.
So, like, it's this whole thing of her story, and, you know, Anne Boleyn, for instance, she's perceived in history as this temptress, everything's calculated, it's all planned out, everything that happened with Henry, but actually, in the show, she's like, sorry, not sorry. Didn't know I did that. Whoops. Just created a whole new C of E. Uh-oh. Like, in the way that Toby and Lucy have created her and then put her out there, it's relatable. It's still educational.
Totally relatable. Yeah.
So I've had mums come up to me, teachers come up to me after the show being like, oh my gosh, she's so educated now.
Yes.
Like, my children.
This.
Yeah, like, it's so educational, yet it's done in a way that you don't even realise you're learning.
It's completely true.
Yeah.
Let's play a song. This is the whole cast of 6. I think this was the song that you all sing at the end.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Here we go. Like other stage shows. I mean, honestly, just so you know, I am applauding. Utterly brilliant. You were saying, Kenny, that it is radical, isn't it? It's not like other stage shows. I took my children who were just agog, going, this isn't theatre. I mean, it's
very untraditional.
Yeah.
There's a famous theatrical joke, which is what are the 3 most important ingredients of writing a musical, and they say the book, the book and the book, which means just tell a great story. And actually, there isn't a conventional book to this show, but the narrative through the different queens.
You do tell a great story.
They do tell a great story, but it's not a conventional linear story. And yet you still get kind of a beginning, a middle with the House of Holbein, and the end with the finale.
Yeah.
But we were asked when we were thinking of bringing it into the West End, and people were saying, but are you going to make it longer? Are you going to have more songs? Are you going to bring in a Henry character? And we said to the authors, look, whatever you want to do. And they said, that's the show. That's how we wrote it. That's how it's going to be. And we just absolutely supported that. And it's 80 minutes. But actually, when you get to the end, you could have a bit more, but you're kind of done because it's been so also, amazing.
There's a standing up. I mean, I asked you when you came in, because there were 4 standing ovations, screaming, and that was a matinee. That wasn't even a, do you know what, I've had a cocktail and gone up west. That was just people screaming their heads off. And were you surprised? You've been there for 18 months?
Yeah, it's something that at the end of the show, when we wear in-ears, so we can hear not only the feed from our in-ears, but you can hear the outside of the whole auditorium, everyone standing up every single night, and it just feels like, you're a pop star and you're making people feel something.
You guys are pop stars, but also, we were talking earlier, I love the fact that there aren't wigs, there isn't traditional dress. Mm-hmm. Was that an absolute conscious thing that you want to look like?
Absolutely.
You?
Yes, absolutely. We the whole wigs and the traditional dress, we wanted to be as real and as us as we can, so we're relatable as the character. So like my hair, that I have the same hair as Anne Boleyn, and girls or boys that have long brunette hair, they can say, oh my gosh, yeah, I look like that, or wow, I'm like that. It's relatable, and it becomes more real. The minute you put a wig on, you are a character, but then you're a character that I'm like a character playing Anne Boleyn, and then Anne Boleyn's playing an extension of Anne Boleyn in the show, and then in the script she'll be just Anne Boleyn, and then she'll be Anne Boleyn. It's all, it's intricate.
How important is the camaraderie between you and the other queens? Because I imagine you must feel like Spice Girls, bigger than the Spice Girls, like rock stars every single night, all together looking after each other.
Yeah, they are my sisters. I couldn't have asked to work with a better group of girls. We started off, in the little tour, Norwich and Cambridge, then we went to Edinburgh, and we were in a tent in Edinburgh, in the cold, trying to warm up, and we just bonded, and we lived together on tour, and they are my sisters, and I love them forever, and I'm so grateful that the universe has pulled us together, and we're meant to be here. We're meant to be here right now together.
Absolutely,
it's the best people.
How much will you miss it when I think you're leaving in October?
Yes,
aren't you?
I am.
And is there part of you? Don't worry, Kenny's not listening. Where you go, do you know what? I'm hanging bye, Anne Boleyn. Thank you very much. I'm off on to new adventures. Or will you be a bit sad?
No, I'll never say bye to Anne. She'll always be in my heart.
I will be amazed that once Millie leaves, if she doesn't get a call in the next 6 months saying, can you come and help us out? Or, we're doing a concert. Or, we've got the Hampton Court Palace Music Festival. Would you like to do that one?
Yeah,
so I'd be
I'm
amazed if she
that.
doesn't get a call to go somewhere to help us out.
And I can't wait for that. I'm really excited.
Huge congratulations
thank you
on
so
it.
much.
Honestly, thank you so much. You were you are brilliant. If you're listening and you haven't seen Six the Musical, also I should say they've got massively famous fans, right?
Let me just tell you, we get 350,000 streams every day. Every day.
Yeah.
That's how big it's growing. And the TikTok app, if you've kids and know TikTok, I don't know, but the Anne Boleyn song on TikTok, Don't Lose Your Head, has had 500 million shares.
Stop.
In the first
Sorry,
month.
not sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, 500 million shares. I mean, that's just extraordinary.
That is.
It's the second highest streaming musical in the world after Hamilton.
No.
Yeah.
What are the writers doing now? I mean, they've just got their feet up on a Caribbean island.
No, they're working so hard.
Gosh, they're everywhere.
Rehearsing because we've got all these productions.
So they have to be everywhere.
They have to be everywhere, and they're doing press interviews all the time.
And they're
and they are writing another 1 or 2 shows, which we are talking to them about, which is very exciting.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honestly, total honour to meet you. This